Okay. G'day, guys. What's going on? Welcome. If you're just watching after the session, we are live. But yeah, if you're watching this one after, there's me just getting a bit of feedback from my own video as I go around and post a few links into a few Facebook pages. And yeah, looking forward to it. We'll take all your questions. We'll go deep tonight. If the questions are there, I'm more than happy to take them. Because we are less than 24 hours away now, so it's pretty damn exciting. So I'm just going to chuck a couple of things into the Facebook group, hopefully get a few people involved, and get that all sorted. Did a bit of looking into the microphone setup throughout the week, so hopefully that is as good as it's been for some time. I know we've had our microphone struggles over the journey, so here we are. We are rocking and rolling. So, yeah, thanks to everyone who's joined in and about to join in, because I know it's a pretty exciting time. It's crazy to kind of think that the bounce of the ball is so close now. You know, it's been a long build-up. We talk about SuperCoach for a long, long time, but we're here. We're here, ready to rock and roll, and I'm ready to take your questions. So it's so important to get that starting squad right. So it is something that I haven't always got right over the journey. So I will pick your brain on a couple of bits and pieces tonight. I'd love your feedback on probably the last one or two things that I'm looking to shape up and change my side with. If you're coming across from the Facebook pages, welcome aboard. Thanks for jumping in. Excuse me. Alrighty. Plenty of videos up lately too. I've probably bombarded you, so sorry about that. But every time I've got like 6 or 7 days to go, and I write out which videos I really want to do, and team reveals and league codes, and Shorty's going to do footy tipping. It's like, holy shit. Okay, I've got 12 videos to do, and I've got 7 days. I'll pop the Shorty SuperCoach group in here at some stage as well. I'll just let a bit of the build up happen, but it looks like we're building up as we speak. So let's get stuck into it, because I'm sure there'll be a few more questions to come. Jono, how are you, mate? Good to see you on board again. Hope you're well. Tony, can you make another league, mate? I wish I could. I'm 10 out of 10 full, mate. I'm 10 out of 10 full. I had old SuperCoach George offer me a league spot last week. I was spewing. I had another mate ask. So it's real tough. Sorry, mate. I think I had 6 leagues for subscribers, and you can only do the 10. So it's disappointing. Bo, how you going, mate? Thanks for jumping on board. Good to see you. Tube Addict. That's some sort of name. Dude, we need another league and an OnlyFans page. Oh, boys, look, the best I can do is a group for Shorty SuperCoach. And the OnlyFans, well, look, a bit of a work in progress, that one. We'll see how we go. Seems to be more interest in the leagues than the OnlyFans, but hey, whatever floats your boat, you know. Oh, Langus is on board. What's going on? Audio and visual check. 1, 2, check. 1, 2. How are we, Langus? Are we sounding good, my friend? What's going on? SDS SuperCoach. What's the chances of Cooper Stevens playing round 1, you reckon, Shorty? Well, my sources tell me that not very good. I know Geelong announced Sam De Koning, Tyson Stengel pulling on the hoops for the first time, which I think indirectly we can take away not looking great for Cooper Stevens. Don't get Shorty started on Geelong playing the youth. Jesus Christ. Oh, there he is. Langer says, sounded good. Thanks, mate. Thank you. We put a bit of background work into it. Me, Tizio, Langers throughout the week, because my audio had been scratchy as fuck for about 5 weeks. And in the end, it was a relatively simple fix, but Shorty's no technical genius. Evan, how are you, mate? Thanks for jumping on board. Craig's involved. G'day, Shorty. Is Joel Smith actually a good rookie option? Well, he's a bloke I had not thought of. I had not thought of him at all, but let me just give a bit of love to that. I'm guessing that's off the back of him playing being named tomorrow. Is it? I looked at the teams quickly and look, honestly, that could be quite interesting, mate. Let's have a little look-see. Joel Smith. Look, honestly, we are so dire down back. I'd genuinely consider it. Yeah, from memory, I reckon he showed some signs of scoring ability. No, he's not going to be a good scorer, but if he's best 22, which is a question within itself, because otherwise we're probably looking at someone like Gibcus. Oh no, his scoring doesn't look too great at all, really. Doesn't look too great at all. Nah. Anyway, watch this space. We might not have too many options, but he's a consider because we need all the love we can get down back, don't we? We really do. Nicky, shorty man, my team is cooked. Who's playing? Oh no, Jesus, mate. Yeah, the rookies are tough. I mean, all we can do, like, I'm going to release my team tomorrow night, but I'll probably film it tonight. Shorty's going away for 3 nights in Melbourne, get up to a little bit of mischief, get to a few footy games, which would be fun. Smashing out Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday afternoon at the Cats and Bombers game. So if you see Shorty floating around, feel free to say g'day. Had a couple of lads say g'day to me on Sunday while I was sinking a couple of drinks. That was good fun. Always enjoy it when you guys say g'day. We did a bit of a live rate my team. It was quite funny, actually. He's like, I'll have a look at my team while I got you. As we're sinking cans. No, I don't sink cans. I'm not a beer guy. Just I was sinking vodka orange juice. Full disclosure. But yeah, look, mate, to answer your question in a real indirect way, let's wait till the teams come out. Full teams, Thursday night. Surely some rookies. Come on. The SuperCoach gods, surely they're with us. Bob, Rob, Cripps, and Rao with questionable rookies, or Steele and Ward with good bench rookies. Oh, you and me both, mate. I am considering Cripps and Rao strongly. Look, I wish I could give you a better answer. I do lean towards Cripps and Rao, but your answer will be in the rookies. It just will. Just like my team will be, my final structure on defense and mid will be dependent on the confidence we have in the rookies. So at this stage, mate, I would lean towards Cripps and Rao, but we're going to find out a lot over the next 24, 48 hours. Langers, I genuinely think we'll be filling rookie spots up to just before the Sunday, to be honest. Crazy times. Speed through these questions, Shorty. This is a big show. Yeah, I agree on the rookie front, mate. And speed up, I shall try as I just waffle on about my antics drinking vodka orange juice. Jesus. Good point, though. Otherwise, I'll be here for a couple of hours. Bob Rob, make sure you got no one doubled up in the leagues. Yeah, that's a good point. I should have a bit of a look through. I generally trust people to try and be honest, but yeah, I might have to have a little look through. Panto, thoughts on Brayshaw? Yeah, look, I reckon he's a bloke on the rise. I was doing my season predictions today, which I'll release probably on Thursday, and I had him as, a real smoky up-and-comer, and it's not that much of a smoky because he had some ripping games last year. I think he's been a gradual improve, 101, 107. I could see him taking his average to sort of 110 at a starting point, 112, 113, not impossible. He's a very good player. Sean, hey, Shorty, Heaney or English as my F2. Already got Dunkley and Butters. That is tricky. I would lean towards Heaney just because, and look, I should have checked the teams a little bit closer before I had a bit of a look, but I was smashing down some spinach and feta chicken filos, and I just ran out of time watching on the couch. But what's the ruck setup down at the Doggies? We got English and we got Steph Martin on the bench. There's no doubt English is going to improve this year and take on more responsibility. There's no doubt that Heaney will take on more responsibility in the midfield at times as well. Will that happen the first month without Papley? We're going to have to wait and see. But I would lean towards Heaney. I do feel like both I'd prefer to watch and see how their roles develop over the first month, however. Oscar, hey, mate, Sicily or McInerney? How are you, mate? Thanks for jumping on board, my friend. I am big on McInerney and what he can do. I really like the hype. I would still go Sicily. On a real being safe basis. His average premium numbers before. I would go Sicily just. Having said that, I also really like George Hewitt. who is in that same sort of price range, if that helps you make the decision. Jono says captain choices. Look, I reckon we're probably going to have our captaincy choices roll out over the first 3 days, probably. I think most VC options will pop up if you can have a VC. I mean, ideally, you've probably got rookies playing all over the ground, but that might not happen. You could VC Gawn, Oliver, Petrarca, McRae. You know, the list sort of goes on. Dunkley. And then I'd be pretty comfortable, going Grundy as your captain, Jack Steele, all our obvious guns. Tuke Miller against West Coast could dominate. All our big guns. Nicky, here's the thing, Shorty. I can't have Heaney out of my side. I just think it's his year for a big one. So I've got Butters out of my side. Is this a mistake? Look, you know how big of a fan I am of Isaac Heaney. Got a little bit of cold feet because he did play a fair bit of time forward, and Papley is out for a month. I feel like Heaney's best footy will be when he gets more midfield opportunity. I'd anticipate that he plays slightly more forward for the Sydney Swans structure sake. I personally do think you got to have Butters. I do. But, yeah, massive fan of Heaney, but I do feel like Butters is a lock, mate. And Bob says that's a huge mistake. He's not happy with that. Clipper, who are we going to use as a loophole for the first week? Captain choice. So many cash cows playing. Mate, let's go back to the old days. No loophole, I reckon. Honestly, if push comes to shove, it's good to not have a loophole because trust me, we'll get a loophole by mistake soon enough. There will be a guy that gets injured or we can't replace him or he's out of the team. A loophole will show itself. Don't put it this way. Don't forego a guy that could make you cash just to have a loophole. Jared, hey mate, yeah, throwback. Your first Patreon is back again, mate. The old Patreon. Oh boy, Shorty copped some heat for that. How are you, mate? Thanks again. I hadn't seen your name for a bit. What's going on? Any thoughts on Jake Riccardi at 230k as a different option at that price point? Cheers, mate. Nah, thanks, man. He's probably not my cup of tea. I think he's a very talented player and should be in for a really good year. Certainly needs to for the Giants' sake. But I just think we've got probably 4 guys I like a bit more around a cheaper price, really. I'm not locking any of these in just yet, but I probably would like to start 2. Brody, Hugo Ralph-Smith, Tristan Cherry, and even Paddy Naish. I just released a video tonight comparing 3 of those guys. I left Naish out because at the time I didn't realise, how much of a role he could play. And so, yeah, probably not Riccardi, mate, but I feel like a couple of guys in those price range, definite chance. Matty Heath, how are you, mate? He says, hey, Shorty, in a predicament here, should I go Hewitt and Chapman and have 208k in the bank? Or should I go Hewitt and Sicily with 35k in the bank? I only ask because I'm not the biggest fan of Sicily. Yeah, fair call. I would definitely say I'd always err on the side of more reliability. I think Chapman's, slightly risky, but maybe that's just because I was burnt by Jordan Clark and Hayden Young last year. I think he's a very talented youngster. Do I want to go 270k for him? I just feel it's risky. I would lean towards Hewitt and Sicily. Is there any way that you can maneuver a little bit extra coin elsewhere? If you don't like Sicily, he's 448 plus the 35, that's 483. Can you find 50k or something elsewhere for maybe a Jaden Short or a Jordan Ridley? I'm not sure who's in your team, but that might be the only thing I would say if you don't like Sicily. But I think Sicily will be solid. I really do. Just don't give away too many 50s, James. DMAC, is Cherry a lock if named in Ruck? Also, if he's named forward, is he a massive trap? Can't get a read on it, to be honest. Mate, same. I can't get a read. I've been researching. I've been watching press conferences. Jesus, man. Could someone tell us something? Anyone got Noble's number? Give him a call. But to answer your question, if he is named Ruck, or if we get any indication in any interview, yes, he is a lock. Massive scoring potential. Check out his VFL numbers. Huge stuff in the small sample size. also has massive trap potential as well. There's a chance that if he's not Ruck, he plays forward. And then there's a chance if he doesn't fire, he's out of the team in 3 weeks. It's a big call. We got to get this one right. Let's just wait and see what the team sheet says. Not that you can always go by team sheets, but it'll give us some sort of indication. And surely there's some sort of a word from someone at North Melbourne. Watch this space. Frag, back on the live stream, Shorty. What's going on, mate? How are you? Good to have you on board. Hopefully more success in round 1 than with the birds at the inn. Oh, mate. Yeah, wow. It's a tough crowd at the inn, mate. It's pretty high standard out there. Welcome to the jungle. It's tough stuff, my friend. But yeah, it's good luck to you for round 1, and good luck to you at the inn next time. Or good luck to me. I don't even know. I ended up at Lammy's, actually. Oh, good DJ set there. One of the DJs, Brinny. I listened to him. You guys would know some of his remixes, I'm sure. Listen to him in the gym. Oh, it's going off. Shorty was in his element. James Pledge, what's going on, mate? How are you? Thanks for jumping on board again, one of the regulars. G'day, Shorty. Hi, guys. I'm almost set to go. Last headaches is to decide on either Brody or Ralph Smith. I think that they both score similar. Who has better job security, in your opinion? I agree. I think Will Brody has better job security. I just look, Hugo, Ralph Smith, I think, here's my thoughts on them. And I go a bit deeper in the video I posted like an hour or two ago. I think Ralph Smith has a really cruisy role if in the team. It worries me that there is always Jaden Short, Nathan Broad, Daniel Rioli, Grimes, Vlosten, who's probably out for the first 3 or 4, so that's interesting, and Gibcus as well. I'd also worry about Brody, with Fife, Mundy, Sarong, Brayshaw, and Mitch Croden, actually 22 centre bounce attendances in the practice game. How far down is Brody in the pecking order? Is he on a wing now? Is he on a flank? Let's wait and see. I would lean towards Brody, but there are a few considerations there to make. Matthew Heath or Blakey Ed Richards instead of Chapman. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. I do like Blakey. I don't know if I've got the guts to go with him, but I do like Blakey, I must admit. Bo, should I take Josh Sin to Paddy McCartan? Yes, I think Josh Sin's got to be touch and go for round 1. Wait and see on the teams, of course, but I think Paddy McCartan's a lock. Going to get some nice intercept opportunities at times, and he's going to play centre half back for the Swans. Bob Robb, as a Cats man, can you see Stewart being D1? Yeah, I can. I can see him being in that mix. I think we've been a little bit off him just because of the injury worries and just I think we've been a bit concerned about that, but his performances in pre-season has given us no concerns. He came back, played pracky game, looked fine. Same role, same Stewart. Only missed the second one because he had some personal matters to attend to with his, I think, a birth of a child, I think it was. So, yeah, no worries about Stewart. He'll be a gun once a game. Thanks for jumping on board, guys. And look, thanks again. I've mentioned it in a few videos. Thank you heaps for jumping on board, being subscribers. It's been massive pre-season. Hit the 3K mark, which is something I was stoked about. Been aiming for that for a couple of years. So very much appreciate your support and your engagement. And yeah, give us a little thumbs up. Give us a little shout out in the comments. It's great to have you on board. If you're listening back throughout the week and you're not on live, let us know how you're traveling. I always try and get to the comments, even if you don't get your question through on the live sesh. I always try and get around for a little comment and reply to those, either on the old Facebook or in the YouTube comments. Oscar's back. Hey, mate, what do you think of Burton? 400K could break out. Nah, he's not for me, mate. I think Ryan Burton, remember his Hawthorn days. He was going to be the next superstar, and he's just sort of stagnated. Occasionally has these games where you're like, boom, he can use it well. He gets plenty of it, and then just goes a bit quiet. I'm not too interested in him, to be honest. I think around that price, yeah, he offers some value for who he is, but I think there's better options with not Sicily, more so Hewitt and McInerney would be guys I'd have ahead of him. The 9, hey, mate, how will getting full teams work? Can we trade for free on the Friday night, or is it locked as of tomorrow? No, so I'll be rolling lockout. So it does make it a little tricky because we should know, I'm 99% sure we're getting Thursday night teams again. So, of course, that's extended benches and stuff on the Sundays until we get to Friday night. So it's not perfect. It's a little awkward at times, but yes, rolling lockout. So you'll still be able to maneuver most of your team until the player actually gets locked out because they play, which of course we all know. So Jonas Goat, no Shorty's club. Join the league if you aren't in any of Shorty's league. Look, I try, guys. I try to get you all in when I can, but it is bloody tricky. They do fill up mighty, mighty quick. So we do our best. Hopefully, the Shorty Supercoach League, I know it's not the same, but I hope it can be of some benefit to you. Speaking of that, I'm going to drop it in right about now. Most of you guys are probably involved anyway, but there's also, I'm doing footy tipping. I'll also do a bit of a footy tips video. I'm quite interested to see if anyone gives a stuff about that or if they're interested, but I've got one scheduled, so I'll be interested to see how that goes. Paul, another league code for those who missed out Shorty's league. So yeah, hopefully let's all top up our leagues. It's a bit of fun. So but yeah, it's bloody they fill up so quick. So I do apologize if you didn't get in. It's a bugbear of mine every time. I wish I could do 20 leagues and get the majority of yous in there, but I just can't. Got to leave a bit of space for my mates leagues and other leagues I'm part of. So it is tricky. Panto, do I go Berry and decent subs or Rao with weak subs? Again, we're probably going to get a bit more of a read on what rookie options we have Thursday night. I would definitely prefer Rao. In fact, my last hour and a half prior to this was pretty much talking myself into finding a way to get Rao into the team. So didn't realize how popular he had become. I looked a week or two ago, 29% of teams. I thought, look, okay, he's popular, but not a must have. It's like 48% now. And I ain't one of them yet. And I'm starting to think, shit, I don't want to miss that boat, but I don't know. I'm tossing and turning, guys. Tossing and turning. Shorty's pet fish, Bruce. He's back. I thought my fish had died. Gosh, what's going on? What's going on, mate? How are you? Nicky, Rowell or Berry, Shorty? Definitely Rowell. I think he's a gun. I do have some queries on how much genuine inside mid-time Berry can get. And I could see him averaging in the 70s, early 80s. He could get back to his 90s. I'd probably see something more in the 80s. I find it hard to see how Rowell doesn't average 95 minimum. Is that enough for you? Because he could average 105 as well. His ceiling could be anything. But I would preference Rowell, mate. Langers, what's going on, mate? Do you think we need to reserve cash to flick rookies around last minute? 10 or 20K could be handy, but I wouldn't define your team by it. I wouldn't forego any sort of decisions just to have some cash in your back pocket. But hopefully we can get all or most of the majority of the information we need on Thursday night, and then we can go bang. Hugh, AFL fantasy over SuperCoach. Totally disagree, mate. Do you like AFL fantasy? Do you? Look, all credit to you, but I reckon SuperCoach scoring system is way better, reflects the better players way more, and I don't like the unlimited trades at all either. But all due respect to the AFL fantasy community. I used to do it once upon a time. Jono, I'm considering Steele into Took. Yeah, you're winning on both fronts, mate. I'm surprised by that, being a Saints man, but look, I've said it a few times. McRae, Oliver, Steele, and Took, go with whichever couple you want. Get the other couple that you don't have at some stage whenever you can, but they're all going to be 120 plus, I'd imagine. Nicky, if you want to win SuperCoach, you start Took. He is Took's number one fan. Absolutely loves him. Thanks to everyone who's jumped on board already. We're up to 53, which is awesome. So I reckon we can get a PB tonight. I think my max is about 76. So let's pump it up. Let's get plenty of questions going because we are getting so close to the first bounce, which I'm pumped about. The 9, hoping Buddy only kicks 3. Got tickets to the Friday Cats Bud Show. Been practicing my 80-metre sprints. Yeah, mate, lead the charge. Run on. Stuff the security. Go straight through. This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Jump that fence and start charging. And I think you could be right, to be honest. I think he could be right. I reckon he kicks 2 to 4, something like that. He's going to bring up the 1,000 against the Cats. Definitely. Max, hey man, Jared Lyons or Tommy Hawkins? Hey mate, how are you? Look, honestly, they're probably two guys that I wouldn't endorse either way. Hawkins, he's a key forward. He's only getting older now. Even in his best years, his SuperCoach scores have fluctuated. And Jared Lyons seems to be the guy that Brisbane are playing a little less out of the centre bounce, in replace of a Barry. McCluggage is in there more. Bailey, Rayner, we anticipate getting more time in there. I think he only had 8 centre bounce attendances in the practice match. I honestly wouldn't go either, to be honest. I would try and find some other options, mate. And me pet fish, mate, my team going to score top 1% again. Good, mate. Good. I have full faith in my fish. Never lost faith in him. So you might have to give me some tips, to be honest, because I'm looking to bounce back. Jeremy, hey, Shorty, 117K defender. If name could be, I don't know if I'm getting. Yeah. You're a bloody clown, Jezza. You're a fucking clown, mate. Nah, good. Look, honestly, I nearly read that out. I nearly did. I nearly got stitched up last week. I can't remember what it was, but it was funny. It was funny. Old dog, thoughts on Cooper Hamilton? What's going on here? 102 mid forward. Well, you tell me about him, mate, because I've actually got no idea. No idea. I was a bit gun shy there. I'm like, am I getting stitched up again? 102 mid forward in the Giants. Oh, I'd say he's pretty unlikely to get a game, but you might know something I don't. Feel free to enlighten me. Should we have an eye on him? Because shit, that'd be handy. Clipper jam, a nice glass of red, or a scotch. What should I lick my lips around as a nightcap? Definitely scotch for mine. I'm not really much of a wine guy, to be honest. So I'd go the scotch, mate. The 9 as a Hawks man, Sis Dog is a buys upgrade if running the back line. Yeah, fair enough. Do you reckon he's just going to start a bit slow off the... I mean, he has missed a lot of footy, so I guess that's something to consider. Flavor X HD, thoughts on Grundy or Sean Darcy? Is it too risky? Oh, look, I think it's a Gawn and Grundy operation again. I think the fact that Darcy has only played a half a footy and had some Achilles issues throughout the preseason. I actually read a tweet from Fantasy Freako the other day. He came off injured 9 times last year. That was just for little niggles and whatnot, but I think the safe bet's just to go Grundy and Gawn. And, you never know, but I think of all three, the most likely to be a bit rusty or be a bit slow is definitely Darcy. Mighty Twilight, what do you think about Justin McInerney? There's lots of hype about him, and there's position there for him. Jordan Dawson, and he had a ripping practice game the other day. I think he's got to be in that mix of your Sicilies, your Hewitts, your McInerneys. I just don't have the goal to pick him. I probably slightly prefer Hewitt, just from a reliability point of view, but a lot of buzz about him. He hasn't been in my team at any stage in the preseason, but he's got a lot of potential. So I think if you've got the guts to go with him, he could be something interesting, but I'm probably going to watch on from afar. Ned, thoughts on Joel Smith, 177K, defender playing tomorrow? Yeah, look, it's super interesting. I had Craig mention this one before. He's got to be a consider. He has to be a consider. I need to do a little bit more research on that. I don't think he's going to be a guy that scores the lights out, but from memory, very athletic type. Nothing too much in terms of ball winning ability, but can get involved. So it might be a question between him and maybe a Gibcus or something like that. Footy galore. G'day, Shorty. Been watching you lately a lot. You're a gun at this. Thanks, mate. No, good to have you on board. I appreciate you getting involved. SuperCoach now is a projected score of 1,844. Any good for round one? Oh, look, mate. Projected scores, the biggest load of garbage that's going on. It's just what is a projected score? I could ask everyone in this group who's so and so, what's he going to score, and we could come up with our own projected score. I don't read anything into it. Nothing wrong with it. Just as long as you got the right premiums in there, the right rookies in there, you'll be fine. I think the projected score is more or less an educated guess. I don't read much into it at all, to be honest. My pet fish says Brody or Ralph Smith. It's really tough. I probably edge just towards Brody, but even I have my concerns about how much centre bounce time can he get. I mean, there's a reason he didn't make it at Gold Coast. Is he going to get slightly pushed out of that midfield now with Fife coming back? If Ralph Smith I reckon he's locked for the first 3-4 weeks. My concern is Vlosten coming back, and that might not be too much good for us if Vlosten comes in for Ralph Smith and he's only had 2 price rises. That might not be too helpful, but I really like Ralph Smith's role. Didn't really answer your question. Hopefully we get some sort of clarity when the coaches speak about their teams. Justin, Ned, Joel doesn't score well. Oh, S is in Smith as we good. What do you got? Doesn't score well as a defender, always lockdown. He does better playing forward, but Goody won't play him there. Interesting insights. Thank you, mate. Footy Galore, Will Brodie or Matt Rowell in your midfield? Definitely Matt Rowell. I've been trying to find a way to bring him in. The more I think about it, the more I feel like I don't want to miss that boat. So definitely Rowell. Tommy C, Whitson English or Gawn and Rayner? I would go Gawn and Rayner. I would have loved to see one more game from Rayner, just get a better feel for him. But I think of those 4 guys, the one you're going to keep all year is Max Gawn. English, yeah, he could be a good pick. Let's wait and see. And Witts, again, could make some money, could not. He's missed a lot of footy, hasn't played too much in the preseason. I would be preferencing the one where you got a premium involved. So I think it's less risky. Jono, 143K to spend on a forward. Any ideas? Maybe Corey Durden. Can you get him? I reckon he could be a handy one. Otherwise, maybe a Kane Baldwin could be someone that maybe could be someone to consider. Ratters, do I take Heaney and Chapman in the back line or McGovern and Lloyd in the back? Good to go apart from that. I would go, again, look, my basic philosophy when people give me these sort of this versus that, where's the premium? What can I bank on? And I can bank on Jake Lloyd. I think probably I like Chapman. He could be like, wow, he's averaging 86 after the first 4 weeks. How good. Or he could be like Hayden Young last year and just spud it up. So, and Heaney, I just wish Papley was fit. Otherwise, I might go that option. I'm not a massive McGovern fan. I just think he's inconsistent by nature, injury prone, not to mention. But I will go Lloyd. I will go Lloyd and fit it from there. So that'd be my answer on that one, mate. Spen AU, Jake Bowie or Chase Jones. A couple of interesting ones there. Honestly, I don't really like either, to be fair. I don't think either are going to shoot the lights out. Oh, gosh, probably Bowie from Bowie, whatever you want to say. Probably him just from I know he's a nice ball user, former, what was he, pick 20-something. I know Jones was a high pick as well, but just hasn't quite come on. So without really rating either, I'd go the young demon. Theo, what's going on, mate? Good to have you on board again. Loves to let me know his side. Dunkley Butters. Durden thoughts, love the show, man. You're a gun. Thanks, mate. No, thank you. Thanks for jumping on board. And that forward line's looking pretty solid. You got Cherry, you got Rochelle, Cornelio, got Martin. Yeah, I really like the Durden pick. I really hope Martin gets named. He looked good as gold, didn't he? Nothing wrong with that, mate. Nothing wrong with that. I think I'll be pretty similar. Probably for me it's Brody or Ralph Smith. Otherwise we're very similar. So looking good, mate. Mohammed, Shorty, did you hear about the road rage brawl in Melton today? This Arvo. That sounds like the start of a stand-up comedy routine. I did not. Noel, thoughts on Matt Crouch? Yeah, look, I'm happy to pass on him. I just think he doesn't really have that ceiling, in my opinion. I don't think he hurts teams enough. He accumulates really nicely. I don't see, like, people will probably reference, well, we averaged 110 the other year. I reckon that's about as good as he could possibly go. He's missed a lot of footy now. I can't see him reaching those heights. I probably see him more between that 100, 105 mark. And to be honest, I'd prefer to go save 30K and go Paddy Cripps. I would. Footy galore, people join just like that. yeah. People getting involved, which is great. No, thank you, guys. Asher, hey, Shorty, can you rank these blokes? Sure can. McRae, Took, Steele, Parrish, Clary. Well, I definitely have Parrish at 5. And like I said, look, those 4 guys, it's tough to rank them because they are the 4 big guns. If I had to, McRae would be on top. I would look. I'd probably go Oliver, but that's just maybe slightly biased. I just love watching him play. He's been an old favourite of mine, and then probably Steele, and then Took. But and then I say that, and I go, "Wow, that's so disrespectful to Took." All I can tell you is probably start 2 of those big guys, whichever ones you pick, you'll be happy with. Try and pick those other guys up throughout the year. You'll be happy with whatever combo you go from those big 4 guys. Liney asking for some team structure tips. At the moment, I've got 4 primos down back, 2 primos forward with Cornelio and Gresham in the forward line. Should I keep the 4 primos down back or go 3 and bring in Dusty? No, I'd keep the 4 down back, mate. I know Dusty's a little tempter. He's quite nicely priced for what he can do back in that midfield, but we're going to need to go relatively deep down back. And I think 4, absolutely. I think we need that coverage. I think we're going to be scrapping for not only guys who are playing, but even guys that can score half decent down back for our rookies. So I'd keep the 4 primos down back. Frank's joined the No Shorties Club. Oh, boys. You'll have to let me know how that league goes. Crikey. Get involved in the group, though, guys. Take me on in the group. Take me on in the footy tipping. Liney asks as well, thoughts on Dangerfield and Boak as a point of difference. I would definitely prefer Dangerfield. I think he will be back to some real permanent mid stuff. He's fully fit. That didn't happen last year. First time in his career that he really copped some of those long-term stints on the sidelines, but a bit risky. Danger he's getting older now. Doesn't use the ball as well as some other guys in the comp. So handy point of difference. I could see him averaging 110, but fair bit of risk attached to it as well, it must be said. The 9 says, are you running a loophole? That'll be probably dependent on the rookies we get. Put it this way, I'll do my best not to. I'll try not to, because if I don't, that means I've got rookies playing, which means more cash cow opportunities. I would say, look, I'm really interested to see how long Tom Joyce is out for. I know it's not as serious as they first thought. I reckon he could be a great selection. So, look, if it's a 2-week ankle injury or something like that, I would potentially start him. Potentially. I'll have to check out how bad that injury is. But I won't deliberately cop a 0 just to get a loophole. James, Rowell is one of the few that has never left my side. I'm not sure that you guys really need him. Bugger off with ruining my pod. I know. Hasn't he developed? I reckon, like I said before, start off in 20% of sides, and it's just grown and grown and grown. And I might be the last bloke in the world to jump on board, but I'm finding I don't want to miss that train. I don't want to be after round 2 or 3 going, geez, the rest of my side are pretty good, but I missed out on Rowell and egg on my face. So. Dill Clark, this is your 3rd and final warning about Nick Baker. I thought you might. I picked him up in draft, mate. I did. Don't miss the lizard train. Oh, mate. I know. I want it. I think I'm once bitten, twice shy. Not for Blakey, but all those awkwardly priced guys that killed me last year. I'm telling myself, just keep it simple. Keep it simple, shorty. But you love him, mate. And I must admit, he looked good the other day. I watched a bit of that game on replay. Jonas has got a no George club as well. That's funny. Frank Spiteri, he's joining in. Gotta love it. Spooky Murky. Oh, here we go. Here we go. What's he got for us? A little menace. Shorty, you bloody legend. Hope you're killing it. Geelong North game. We will be on the on the Coca-Cola, my friend. Oh, we will, mate. We really will. Looking forward to it, mate. Where's that one being played? Might catch you around. Like I said in the comments, mate, you're a dangerous unit. I tell you what. Andy T, how you going, Shorty? I'm well, mate. Hope you're going nicely. Hope you're not stressing over your team on SuperCoach Eve, mate. Just a quick good luck and hope you have a ripper season. Oh, you're a bloody legend, Andy. Thanks, mate. No, look, I must admit, I am stressing a touch, my friend. I am. I've been a little bit back and forth about my midfield. Do I need Row? How deep do I need to go down back? So, look, I'm just hoping to get a good night's sleep tonight, mate. Nah, I can't wait for the footy. SuperCoach is amazing. We love it. I cannot wait for the footy to be back. Being at that Richmond Carlton game, 80,000 minimum. That's just some sexy stuff. I can't wait for it. And good luck to you, mate. Good luck to you. I hope you have a good season. I hope we chat throughout the year on these live streams. James just signed up for the AFL Fantasy for the first time. Different world. Where in the universe is Ben Keys a better or more expensive option than Brodie Grundy? I'm confused, but my squad there looks better. Yeah, I know. It is so different. I'll obviously tune into afl.com.au a lot of times, and you see the teams, and you're like, hang on, what? He's what? And he's $1 million, huh? It's different. It's very different. Xavier, how's it going, Shorty? What are your thoughts on Luke Ryan as a massive pod? Have had him for a while, was wondering your thoughts. Nah, how you going, mate? I'm not too bad. Thanks for joining in again. Another regular contributor. I think he's a good option. Yeah, look, of all point of difference players, I think he's really nice. He just plays such a reliable role. I think he's really underrated. I was initially slightly concerned during the preseason about Hayden Young's influence, but having watched the practice games, I just think Ryan's too good for that. He's involved in the kickouts enough. He's involved in those link-up chains and gets plenty of marks, and he's a beautiful reader of the play. So not in my team, but absolutely can encourage him as a point of difference. Very good player. Old Dog says, who is the best 102K player? I would say, like, at those, there's probably not an absolute jet that we're looking at those ranks, but I would say at the moment, probably Hugh Dixon is looking potentially the best one. Jack Hayes as well. And I think if he is named Nick Martin, I think it could be the best of the lot. His job security has to be the most up in the air. Tough team to break into at the Dons. But I think he's got some real potential to score. Just can he get named? Very interesting. Xavier's back. And Shorty, is it worth starting Joel Smith from Melbourne, who's playing this week? Yeah, I'm going to have to do some research. Look, I'm leaning to no, just because injury history, never shown an ability to score. Gibcus could be the guy. It's probably out of those two. And I'd love to hear what the hell's going on with Mitch Hinge. Is he fine? Hurts his shoulder. Haven't heard a thing since. I presume he's okay. But yeah, I'd need to do a bit of research. That's been a popular question. I might have to do some research on it, but I'd probably lean towards no at this point. Liney, Shorty, another one. What's going on? None. Don't apologise, mate. I encourage the questions all night long, my friend. Thoughts on Jeremy Howe in the back line and Tim Kelly in the guts? Cheers. Nah, not for me, mate. I don't think Jeremy Howe really featured pre-season. He's just missed too much footy over the journey. I just think his durability cannot be trusted. And he's never been an amazing scorer. He's always sort of been early 90s. I know he had that year where he was like 120, was it, off like 5 weeks, but that was small sample. So definitely not. And Tim Kelly, I think there's way better options out there. Sorry, mate. Not to mention he's copped a bit of COVID and is missing week 1, I believe. So no, better options out there, I think. But thanks for your question. I always appreciate it. Hey, mate, how will it work with the teams not being announced before the first game? Yeah, I guess pretty much all we have to do is make sure that we are locked and loaded on our Melbourne and Doggies players, make decisions on them. If that's vice captain, then that's vice captain. If it's Joel Smith, then it's Joel Smith. Otherwise, pretty much normal. We'll get all the teams on the Thursday night, about 6:20 or something like that. And that's when we'll really be able to go bang with our rookies and really get a feel for our teams. So shouldn't be too much of an effect because we've got a rolling lockout. And then Luke's asking, I'm going Perkins as a super pod. Huge preseason that showed in the practice games. Yeah, look, you're a braver man than I. I just think there's probably some better options, even slightly cheaper than him. His talent's unquestionable. I just think the role he's in, we'll see some up and down games. I think we'll see some games where we're like, yep, that's why he was drafted so high. And I think we'll see some games where we go, it's a tough position to play, isn't it? That sort of half forward role. And he'll be a bit quieter. But credit to you, mate. I'll never shut down a pod. I love him. I really do. Cam Green, how are you, mate? Shorty, I saw you working on the tan at the nudist beach the other day. Keep it up, big fella. Oh, boy, did I? I must have told that story at a video, did I? Unless I go to TAFE with you. I don't even know. Yeah. Look, did stumble onto the odd nudist beach, did Shorty. Didn't realise where I was stumbling onto. Don't mind a bit of a tan. Not that it shows, but generally fully clothed as a general rule for old Shorty. Max Caldwell, is he an option or just or? I'm not massively in love with that price range, but if you do like that price range and it fits your structure, probably Jared Berry's the better option. I'm not a massive fan of either, which I've mentioned on a few occasions, but if you need one, I think Berry might be your guy. Amusement Productions. Evening, Danny. What's the one player that you won't start but desperately want to? For me, it's Patrick Crippled. Yeah, look, at the moment, like right here, right now, it's probably Cripps and or Rowell. But to be honest, I'm tinkering, mate. I'm tinkering. I think I need to start him. I don't know, but it could be one of those two. Part of me's Heaney as well. I'd love to be a part of it if he does explode, but just trying to keep that Heaney bias out and try and be as safe and measured as possible. But at the moment, definitely Rowell. But the more and more I think about it, the more I think I can't miss that if it goes off. Justin, is it just 3 primos too risky in the back line? Yeah, I think it is, mate. Definitely too risky. You're either got a few mid prices in there, which are risky by nature, and our rookies are just so slim. So I would encourage 4, unless, maybe you've got 3 and George Hewitt or McInerney. I could kind of accept that, but definitely try and strengthen that back line up because it's tough down there. We're going to be light on for rookies, that's for sure, mate. Hey, Derek, what's going on? Good luck for the season ahead. From a hot 38 degrees in Thailand. Jesus, mate. Steamy stuff. No, good luck for the season too, mate. Hope you're well. Good to hear from you again, as always. It's been good hearing from you pretty much every week, I think. Like a lot of you guys out there, actually. So thank you very much. The 9, who's your biggest risk, you think? Any Viney types of the years past, either Cripps, Josh Kelly? Yeah. Look, risky options, it's probably going to be Paddy Cripps. I know he wasn't in my team the other day, but it's been a big 24 hours for Shorty and just a few tinkerings. Do I need Rowell? It could be Cripps. I could be very nervous slash full of anticipation on Thursday night, just hoping that he proves me right. That's probably my main point of contention right now. Or it could be George Hewitt if I go that way down back. But hey, there's no Jai Simpkins this year. There's no Sam Drapers, so that's good. Cogs, just simply Ed Richards. Well, there you go. He's all about him. And he has been named in the back pocket. Always been a pretty talented guy, Ed. Just never quite got the opportunity. But I don't think I'll have the guts to go with him. What's he priced at? 261. Interesting. Very interesting. Kalen, what should I go? Brody on field and Dylan Stevens on the bench, or trade to Baldwin on the bench and bring in Rochelle on field, plus Berry on field? Let me just dissect that one. I'd probably lean to your second option. I think Baldwin's going to have some pretty nice job security, at least for the first month as Jones recovers. And bring Rochelle on. So you've already got Rochelle, because initially I thought, well, you got to have him. But it sounds like you've got him either way. It just depends if he's on field. If I've read that correct, I definitely want you to have Rochelle. So, yeah, look, hopefully that has helped you in some way. When I sort of look at it, it's almost Brody versus Berry in terms of that, slightly more expensive rookie. I probably lean to Brody just because he saves you a little bit extra coin. But they're both kind of fifth in line in their midfield pecking order. It's real tricky. I hope some of my rambling thoughts helped you out in some regard there, mate. But that's a tough one. The Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky Man. What's going on, mate? Shorty, spending your time at Lammy's and not St. James. Oh, St. James is a filthy, filthy joint. Absolute gremlins in there. Come in and say, hey, oh, I didn't mean to call you a gremlin, mate. Whoa, shit. I work here. I work there on the weekend. Oh, hell, come out on a Wednesday night for some karaoke. Shit, man. You work at St. James, do you? Holy shit. I haven't been there for a long time. What sort of bangers are we playing? If you get some absolute tunes on, I'll be there, mate. But yeah, clarify where you work. I didn't think they did karaoke. I thought that was like Beeves. But anyway, mate, what's going on? Another Geelong man in town. How are you? Oh, he backs it up. Anyway, Tim Kelly, he got the Rona, and he's such a pod for me. Should I stick through the 1 week? Oh, look, I probably wouldn't, mate. I'm probably not the biggest fan of him. I know he's a good player and that, but he's never averaged your big gun numbers. His best footy was at Geelong, even still. And, he's 464. I know it's relatively cheap for him. But nah, look, maybe if he wasn't missing round one, but it's just that extra little bit of a put it this way, this time last year, I was all about Zach Williams, even held him through that first week issue. Just didn't work out for me. It actually set the tone for a shocker start. So I would probably say no. Sorry, mate. Cameron, how you going, mate? In other words, Cripps is locked and loaded for round one versus the Tigs. Also, do you reckon I'm crazy for starting Marshall over Gawn and hoping Gawn drops 100k come round 6 and then swap Marshall forward once he gets dual position? I definitely don't think you're crazy, mate. Like, definitely the Marshall dual position stuff is something I've contemplated, but personally, I just want to go Gawn and Grundy because I rarely have, and it's cost me so many times. But Ryder is under some serious doubt. It looks like he's absolutely no chance for round one, and who knows when he will be back. So, yeah, you might get 3 weeks of Marshall being number one ruck, almost solo. It's certainly the majority, which we know how well he scores. So, look, it's not the way I'm going, but there is method to your madness, mate. Jiffy. Hey, Shorty, 4 backline primo with Crisp and Hewitt as the 5th. Always batting deep, nice. Or Chapman as the 5th, and strengthen mids with Oliver and Steele and Lloyd replacing Crisp. No, I wouldn't be too phased about the Crisp versus Lloyd. I think they're going to be both really reliable options. I'd go with Hewitt as your 5th one, mate. That's the way I'd go. I still think you can have some gun mids in there, and I hope you've still got a couple of the big dogs. But yeah, I would definitely go Hewitt as your D5. What's up, Watson?
What's up?
Not much, my friend. Not much. Allegedly, is Tim English in the ruck or forward line worth the risk? I'm probably content to watch on, mate. Steph Martin's been named, so they're still going to share it a bit. I'm quite happy to see how English goes. I think he'll be a gun at one point, but until we see it consistently and how the doggies structure up the ruck, I'm probably happier to just watch on from afar. And if I want to pick him up at another stage, I can. But
Zach Bailey F1.
Nah, maybe F3, mate. Do you ever bring me anything other than Brisbane Lions? Come on.
Jared Pollock. Great play.
Good bloke.
Yeah. Really good, good face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloke on here works at St. James. You want to go Wednesday?
No thanks.
Wow, shit. James, shorty, you must have serious PTSD about English after shunting in prior to going berserk. Yep, yes I do. I'm bullish about him breaking out this year. I'm trying to work out how I can get him in early in the season. Oh, I do have some real PTSD, mate. For those that don't know, I started him a couple of years back, pumped him right up. Shocking start. I think he scored 61 and 64, so I had to turf him. Then he just went on a beautiful run of hundreds. And if that wasn't good enough, he said, hey, shorty, I'm going to bang out a 204 for you. Stick that up, yeah. So that hurt, yeah. I am bullish on him, just not going to start him. Clipper, Scotch was a great choice. Cheers for the video. I love your stuff, mate. Go Saints. Nah, thanks, mate. I'm glad you enjoyed the Scotch. Saints, man, you going Friday night? I'm going along, so hopefully they play well for you, mate. Allegedly, Will Brody. I reckon we're going Brody. Yeah, I think he's a strong consider. Put it this way, I'm probably looking at starting 2 of Cherry, Ralph Smith, Naish, and Brody. Just want to see how the teams fall. There'll be more discussion in the next few days. I just want a couple of more things to come out just to give me a bit more of clarity on those ones. Cameron, can I get your most passionate? Come on, the Braggers, shorty. You're a Braggers, man. Oh, of course, mate. Come on, the Braggers. There you go, mate. Shorty's in Div 4. Loved the video from old mate Billy the other day. That was good stuff. So, now I'm looking forward to it. I love the setup there. It looks like a good old bit of fun. Plenty of banter. So, new kid on the block in there. Let me know what div you're in, mate. I presume you're involved. Oh, you said Baggers. I'm involved in these leagues and they're braggers. I just thought you were, I'll have to do it again then. Come on, the Baggers. There you go, mate. Do whatever the hell you want with that, but don't mind me. I'm off on another planet here. Oh, what's Paul doing? Sparrow or cockatoo? Go, what are we doing, Paul? Nah, I don't mean to be disrespectful, mate, but look, not a big fan of either of those. Just probably steer clear, I'd say. Good young players, but not so much for your SuperCoach. Ben Broadby, expensive mid-rookie on the bench or upgrade a hinge to Ed Richards? I'd prefer to get one of those expensive mid-rookies. I presume you're talking about like some of our first-round picks. I reckon you need Dacos, Horn, Francis, Ward. Let me know if there's anyone in particular you're thinking. A lot of hype about Ed Richards. I know he's played some good pre-season stuff. Is he worth that price tag? That's all I'd say. I'm going to have to do some more research on that. GRB Aquatics, g'day Shorty and everyone. It's a grand old flag. Go Demons, especially Big Max. Nah, thanks for jumping on board, mate. You must be a happy man. Looking forward to the unveiling of the flag, no doubt. Should be a good night tomorrow. Can't wait for it. It's just it seems weird. I can't believe footy's back tomorrow. It's going to be massive. I'm so pumped for it. Just got to smash TAFE out, get stuck right into it. And Ben's back again. How many games do you expect for Baldwin and Martin? Do you expect forward rookies? I think the forward rookies are okay at the moment, from what I can tell. I expect Baldwin to feature pretty regularly, particularly early. Mature age option, certainly opportunity for him in the side. Nick Martin, I get the sense he probably won't debut. I really hope he does. That half of footy he played was great. Tiz is here, is he? Tiz, do you want to get involved? What's going on? Tiz is the man that fixed this microphone. What's going on? Come on, get in here, Tiz.
I've got company logos.
Tiz not going to show his face. Just got Jack's shoulder and what's going on, mate? There. You can find online. Fix shit.
The
Wow,
NBN,
no way.
The NBN tech did.
That's good as.
It was a bit silly that I didn't reboot the thing he rebooted today, but yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's massive.
Good
Because
timing.
the way he was talking, I was like, we're gonna have to get a modem here.
Yeah, it was looking a bit dicey. But
shit. Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah, because
it was a factory reset away from working. So there was an issue on that white box, which is the NTU. Which he restarted, which fixed that issue. Now we're good with the modem,
that's good. That's awesome, mate. Yeah, because he was like, he probably said to you on the phone, but he's like, down this street, there was like, yours is the only one that hasn't. So all he did was pull out the power plug and put it back in on the white box side.
Yeah, NTU.
And he's like, yours is the only one that hasn't gone back to normal. I'm like, fuck. Cheers, mate. And
pretty crazy.
Yeah, so that's so good. My video's been taking like 2.5 hours to upload.
Should hopefully be a lot quicker now.
Yeah, massive. Oh, that's good.
Cut that down in half or even more.
Yeah.
How long's it normally?
Nice.
Like 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10-15 minutes normally. So that's good as. That's awesome, mate. Yeah.
Excellent.
Which is
thanks,
good. Yeah, thanks.
Right. Collaborative effort from
Ian
and myself.
Yeah, that's
thankfully,
good.
we don't have to replace the modem. Otherwise, it'd be a pain in the ass waiting for post.
It'd be like another week at least, wouldn't it?
Easily,
yeah. Done at like 11 or so, or something
great.
like that.
It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah,
it's gonna be exceptional. So I'll keep moving.
Nice.
I reckon I'm gonna drop something over at Dad's. So
yeah,
all good. Which is
I'm
happy. So
bit of madness there, but nah, Tizio 100, TYSOSIO loves some footy tips, and actually, if you dig deep, Shorty does feature on that channel, kicking the footy around. So, but yeah, a bit of fun there, guys. My internet was out at the household, so luckily we are back online. It's been a long week. Frank Spiteri, Lloyd Cripshaw, he's got the team going here. Lloyd Cripshaw, Hewitt, McCartan, Hinge, Sin, DeConning. Thoughts? Yeah, look, I don't mind it. I mean, I don't reckon Sin's going to debut. I do like Hewitt as an option. And I think Lloyd, Crisp and Short really good. So, look, the only thing I would probably say is Sin, see what else we can get on offer, but not too bad. Corey's in. Hey, mate, I was waiting for you to jump in. What's going on? What do you think about Joel Smith? Yeah, he's definitely been mentioned a few times. Don't know if I can trust him. We might not have too many other options. What's up, Watson? It's probably Gibcus or Smith. I don't know. Look, it's handy that we got someone that we didn't probably expect, but Smith has never really shown much scoring ability, and his durability is massive concern too. So,
roll with Marcus Adams.
Nah, don't bring your Brisbane Lions shit here, man. Gee, it's good to have the internet though.
Yeah.
You can finally watch your live anime porn again.
That's weird, bro.
No, it's not. What's weird is what you did to my laptop when I was in the shower.
Everything's been seen on your laptop. Everyone's still letting you
False. That was you, man. I'll out you. You'll lose your license, man. Oh shit! What's going on? The 9 ESPN website is chalked. Can't join the tipping. What is chalked, mate? Barry Hall or Sonny Bill? Bang, Barry Hall, surely knock him out. Hopefully, look, if you guys are, if that link isn't good, then just type in, I think you can search the comp. It's just Shorty's SuperCoach. So if you want to take me on the footy tipping, but I've put a number of links in some videos, so hopefully you can find your way. Nape's thoughts on going different with 5 defender primos: Crisp, Short, Whitfield, McInerney, Hewitt. Well, I don't mind it. I mean, obviously McInerney and Hewitt, there's a bit of added risk because they're untried products, but the theory of going deep in the back line, I strongly encourage. And yeah, the only thing I would say, having 2 of those mid-price guys obviously increases your risk, but them individually, I quite like as options. Shorty's Pet Fish Bruce. I'm playing McGovern off the bench due to COVID and Loophole. Yeah, righty, he's going a little Loophole. Fair enough. Yeah, there's a bit of COVID going around for the old Eagles boys at the moment. No, boys, any good min-price forward rookies? Yeah, look, probably Baldwin. We hope Martin gets named. There's Dixon, there's Hayes, forward ruck options. So they're probably a few. But look, I think most of us will be rocking and rolling with like a Rochelle in there somewhere and Durden as well. Will Finn McGuinness get named? There's a few guys to maybe think about. Kahu's Supercoach. What's going on, Kahuna? Jared Berry or Caleb Sarong? Probably, look, you might have Matty Rowell already, but I'll be sort of saying him in that price range. I'd probably lean towards Sarong, but then I sort of go, why not just go Cripps? So if you're really tight for coin, then look, Berry, but I think Sarong will average more, but the price is a massive difference. So whatever sort of works out best for your team, that's a tough one. Joshy, what's going on, mate? Nick Blakey, who averaged 75 last year in the backline role, is priced at 60 with a career high Supercoach score and career high disposal. Should we consider him over Chapman? Yeah, definitely. And my man Dill Clark will be all about that. I think he's a super talent, really nice mover, good disposal of the pill. He looks to have found his spot down back, and I would prefer him over Chapman if you can afford to do that. Jeremy, hey Shorty, thoughts on Connor West as a pod with all the injuries at the Eagles? Yeah, not bad thinking at all, mate. I mentioned him in my relevant forwards video the other day. He's going to, at least the first month, is going to have a significant role in that midfield, probably, 7 to 12 centre bounces. He's probably in that mix. So, yeah, I think slightly riskier than some others maybe, but definitely I think the first month, I know they really like him at the Eagles and the way he goes about it. So, yeah, not a bad option at all. Baldwin might have just got named, or they might have just announced he's going to play. That's good. That's what we like. JRB, yats me. Shorty Supercoach. Dill Stevens, thoughts? Yeah, look, bit of a difference there, isn't it? AFL Fantasy versus Supercoach. Look, I don't think at that price, I don't think he can be a trap. I don't think he can go too far wrong. It would be frustrating, but it's a small layout in Supercoach. So if he's named, I'd really look to try and get him into the team. I'd have to look a bit closer about, who's coming into the Sydney side and that type of thing. But yeah, I think he's, what was he, pick 5 not too long ago. So definitely a big talent, had like 20 odd touches in the Pracky game the other day. He's a strong consider if he's named. And thanks for everyone who's still involved. We've been hovering around the 50, 60 mark, which is great. Let's try and push it over the 70. We're a day out from the first bounce. Super exciting. So, like I always say, I appreciate you guys getting involved. We always see some regular names every week, which is awesome. Does the Tuesday time slot suit you not too bad? Let me know your thoughts on that. But, yeah, thanks for your feedback and comments over probably 3 or 4 months now. Ayo, hey, mate, having trouble picking between Gibcus and Hinge. I would prefer Hinge, mate. I mean, presuming that shoulder is all good. I think he definitely has really nice job security. No seedsman for who knows when with that concussion. And he's playing quite nicely on a wing. So it's a strong backline at the Tigers. I know Gibcus will play round 1, but there has to be, pressure for him to keep his spot. So don't mind either option, but I would prefer Hinge. Jono, don't rip your team apart by over tinkering. You picked it for a reason. Back yourself. Enjoy round 1. No, thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Yes, look, it is my nature to just try and tinker to find the best sort of setup. But no, thank you, mate. And you're a long-time supporter, my friend. So thank you very much. I hope the Saints play well for you on the Friday. The 9 out of Horn, Francis, Dacos or Ward, 1 for the bench. Who don't we believe in? I believe in all of them, but if I had to rank them, I think Ward would be number 3. Dacos would be number 1 and Horn Francis number 2, but they should be, all of them should be in our team, I think. Tommy C, sorry, Shorty, I'm going again. Nothing wrong with that, mate. Keep the questions coming. That's fine. We're a day out. I'm happy to sort of talk about Supercoach and answer your questions for at least a couple of hours, That's no dramas at all. Gawn, Chapman and Rayner, or Witts, English and Sicily. Let's just dissect that one. Look, here's the deal, right? I would prefer set and forget rucks, but of the options you've suggested, I prefer the second one. I prefer Wits English and Sicily. I think Sicily's a really good option. I know people were sort of off him after that last practice game, but I still think it'd be good. I like English as a prospect, just not brave enough to go with him myself. And the other ones, look, Gawn's the gun of the 6 guys you named, obviously. But I think Chapman and Rayner, I don't know, you might leave yourself slightly vulnerable. So I'd go the second option, mate. But it's a tough one. Max, how you going, mate? What's going on? What do you rate Paddy Nash? Yeah, look, I definitely am strongly considering him. He came on, immediate impact in the game for the Eagles the other day. 189 mid forward. I've said it a few times. Probably going to pick 2 of Cherry, Brodie, Ralph Smith, or Nash. So just want to, obviously, first things first, let's get him named. But I've been a fan of, I wanted the Cats to pick him up, when the Tigers delisted him. I think he's got a really aggressive game style and quite a nice kick. So I hope he gets to go. Paul, we missed Shorty Comp. There's another group. There's another league. Sorry. If you want to get involved, go nuts. Sammy, thoughts on Dusty going into the season? Yeah, look, there's lots of excitement around Dusty, and I think it's fair enough. The midfield role, we know he can do it. It's probably even better for SuperCoach, really. So the real question was fitness, and he looked really, really fit. He really did. So just from a structure point of view, I've preferenced more premiums down back, but I've got no issues with Dusty at the minute. So Neil, who are you having as your captain for round 1? Yeah, look, it's probably going to depend on if I have a loophole. I don't want to, in theory. Theoretically, I have 30 guys playing, 30 guys that can make me money, in theory. But McRae would be a massive consider. Gawn, potentially. I still think Grundy would be the front runner. I know he's up against Marshall, but at this stage, probably McRae or Grundy, I think. Dunkley, I reckon, scored 200 against the D's not too long ago either, so food for thought. The 9, I'm thinking of the V on Gawn or Dunks. Help. Yeah, well, there you go. Look, I'd chuck it on Dunkley. Look, I know Gawn's a gun, but VC, sometimes a bit of a chance to go a little point of difference. Chuck it on him, I reckon. He's been absolutely tearing it up. Frank says, Dill Stevens or Rao. Well, that's probably more a question of how can you spend the money elsewhere and how it benefits your team. But obviously, if they're head-to-head, Rao every day of the week. Xavier, got any matches you going to this weekend, Shorty? Sure do, mate. Sure do. It's a big one. So haven't been a footy for ages, obviously. So I can't wait. So me and the fellas thought, let's book a few nights in Melbourne and smash it out early. So I'll watch on from home tomorrow night, but then heading up to Melbourne, going to the Thursday game, Richmond Carlton, going to Friday night at Marvel, Collingwood St Kilda, and then, of course, being a Cats member, going to Essendon and Geelong. So footy frenzy to start things off, which I'm really looking forward to. You going to any, mate? AO says Torquay. Not sure if that was in reference to me tanning naked down at Torquay or where you're from, but either way, Torquay, lovely part of the world. Lovely part of the world. Bad Machine. Hey, Shorty, thoughts on the wisdom or not of having a player on the bench who's suspended for the first week, i.e. Wilmot or Proust, with belief they will play long-term after suspension and thereby saving trades? I like the theory. I do. Like, I don't mind it, probably more for a rookie. But, I mean, the 2 guys you mentioned, I think Proust is real flaky and flimsy in terms of when he's number 1 ruck. Is he number 1 ruck? I'd have my doubts about holding him. And Wilmot, I'd have similar doubts whether he's genuine best 22 or not. So my mate Watto, Brisbane fan, not sure he's in the best 22. So I don't mind the theory if you just think a guy's, unmissable. You got to have him, and it's just 1 week. I don't mind that. But of the 2 guys, probably not so much. Reckon I'm Joshy boy. You're trying to stitch me up, my friend. You're trying to stitch me up there, buddy. Who is this man? Who is this Zane man? He's been mentioned in the midfield and he's deleting comments. What's going on? What's going on, boys? Xavier, hey, Shorty, what are your thoughts on Liam Baker from Richmond? Nah, not for me. I know he had a really good pracky game, but I've heard that I know he had some centre bounce time, but I've heard probably more of a switch to the forward line again. So yeah, not for me. Not for me. It's not like he's super cheap. I think there's better options around that range. Another league code there from allegedly. So yeah, get around it, guys. Obviously, everyone likes to fill their leagues up with quality people, so definitely get stuck into it. Some of these leagues floating around. Jeremy, hey, Shorty, midfield rookie Harry Cox could get some games early. Who is this man? Yeah, I got it. It took me a bit. I actually half thought he was a player. Oh, shit. Jesus. Oh, gents. You're funny bastards, aren't they? You are some funny bastards. Jono, what do you think of Naish? Yeah, look, hopefully you heard my thoughts on him before. I definitely think he's a good option. Obviously, let's wait and see if he gets named, but there's lots of opportunity at the Eagles. I wouldn't be surprised if he laps it up. He's got a second chance at West Coast, had a ripping half a footy in the Prackies. So, yeah, he's a strong watch for me. Harry, thoughts on having Tom Sparrow down forward with him being named on ball for tomorrow night? Nah, look, that's probably an example of, I know, let's have a look at the teams right now. So there he is. He's named in the followers, but I wouldn't read too much into that. I wouldn't read too much into it, mate. I know he's been named there, but Jack Viney's been named in the forward pocket. James Harms off a halfback flank. I think both of them will probably spend more time in the midfield than Sparrow. But so yeah, not so much for me, mate. I feel like there's sometimes where the team sheet can be helpful and then it can be dangerous. So it's a tough one to decipher. Theo says, thoughts your loophole is who? Hoping to not have a loophole, to be honest. If I can have 30 guys playing, then I will try and do that. But I'll be able to tell you a bit more probably on Thursday night, I think. So, yes, we'll have to wait and see. Frank, good to see you made your bed tonight. Yeah, I did. I made my bed over the weekend. So, it only took me 2 months. There you go. Andrew, thoughts on Dylan Shield? Nah, not so much for me. Not to mention the severe injury history, and he's just soft tissue injuries and that type of thing. Nah, not so much for me. I think he's awkwardly priced, and I just feel like there's some better options. Look, if I'm talking mid-price guys in the midfield, I'm probably only considering Cripps and Rao strongly. So, and to be honest, at the moment, I'm still tossing and turning whether they can or will fit into my team. So, yeah. Thanks heaps, guys, for your questions. This is awesome. Great viewers, great engagement. So, yeah, give us a thumbs up if you've been enjoying it. If you've joined just recently or if you've joined tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, you're listening back, good to have you on board. Chuck us a thumbs up, chuck us a comment. It's awesome stuff. So, I've had quite a few videos out, so it can get a little bit jumbled up, but hopefully you've still been able to get to most of them. I've time-stamped all those relevant position videos to kind of help you guys sift through it at a bit better of a pace because they are long videos. Otherwise, I've got my team reveal coming out tomorrow. I've got footy tipping tomorrow morning and just some season prediction stuff later in the week. So, and then we'll just take a deep breath and I'll have my press conference out on Sunday, hopefully. Yeah. Kaiser, who would you pick out of Ralph Smith or Brody? This is a really tough one. I'm in the same boat, mate. I would slightly lean towards Brody, but I have concerns about both. Lots of mids in that Freo side and lots of halfback flankers in the Tigers side. Vlosten's coming back. So that is one I am going to still research. maybe Paddy Nash might be a better option. Maybe Tristan Cherry might be a way to go. So it's a wait and see. Let's see those teams. Might be interesting just to see if we get any comments from a press conference in the next couple of days. Andrew, hey, how are you, Shorty? Is it lagging for anyone else? Look, could be, mate. Hopefully not. You might have caught me conversation about the internet before. I'm running off hotspot at the moment, so I'm hoping it's not too bad. It's actually been fixed tonight, so I'll just keep going with the hotspot. But hopefully, stream's gone fuzzy, dude. Oh boy. I'll scroll to the bottom. If anyone's listening, is the stream still going okay, or is it a bit fuzzy? Is it a bit laggy? Yeah, give me a comment below, and I'll scroll to the bottom in a sec, and hopefully you guys can just give me a little update. All good? Cool. Thanks, guys. Yeah, fuck. Internet issues, guys. Holy shit. It's so bad. Honestly, like, normally the internet, it loads pretty quick. Like when I'm uploading a video, it was a bloody nightmare the last few days. Just uploading like 1%. 5 minutes later, 2%. I'm like, oh, God. Oh, boy. But we should be back now. We should be back. Cameron, is Nick Nat getting overlooked ahead of Darcy, Gawn, and Grundy? Oh, he's a star, and he's going to average really well when he's out there. But played every game last year. But before that, I think it was something like 16, 20, 15, 15. There might have been a really injury affected year in there somewhere. So he's like getting old now. He's nearly 32. He missed training the other day as well. I'm happy to bypass him. I think Gawn and Grundy are the tried and true. The two WA ruckmen are maybe slightly under a bit of injury cloud. So, yeah. Oh, we've ticked past the 70. Look out. If we crack the 80, it's a PB, guys. Look out. Good stuff. Thanks for jumping in, everyone. Getting through your questions. We're in for the long haul tonight. Couple of days out, or 1 day out, a couple of days out until the team. So we're in for the long haul tonight. So I'm happy to take all your questions. I'll definitely, if there's still questions, at 10 to 10, I'll still be taking them. So feel free to chuck them through. Noel, what are we thinking of copying Hugh Dixon or Nick Martin at F6? Loophole, so I can get a D4 primo and George Hewitt D5. I like the idea of Hewitt, batting deep in the defence. And Hugh Dixon, I think, is a handy guy to have at R3. I don't mind that. I wouldn't deliberately search for a loophole, but it's hard to make those calls before we get the teams. That's all I could really say. How's the name on this guy? What's up, Jedi? Nothing is real if you don't believe in who you are. Rocky. Yeah, well, fuck it. I'm inspired, mate. Good man. I like it. Shano, Adrian says it to him on the bench. Great movie. On the beach even. What's going on? How are you, Shano? JRB, didn't Smith debut for Demons with 100 as a rookie? He might have, but if you look at his average, let's have a look. 2017 debut. No, first game he scored 23. So he might have scored 100 at some stage. 2018, his best averaging year. And no 100 there. So around 12, he came on for his first game of the year, scored 91. So that might be the one you mean. But I think historically not a great scorer, mate. But it's something. It's a rookie down back. We sent the goodwill out there and we got something. It wasn't exactly great, but we got something. Andrew, what's going up? Loves his henty. Must have been me. Yeah, Watto's an absolute freak. Real weird unit. Nah, he's all right. Bags for Brisbane, but otherwise he's all right. Luca, how are you, mate? We got Lloyd at D1, Barry at M5, Darcy at R2, Hewitt at D5. Then we've got Crisp at D1, Miller at M3, English at R2, and Gibcus. Let me just digest that one. I would prefer your second option there, mate. I think getting Crisp, Miller, as real lockable guys. I think the only lock you've got in the first one is Lloyd. I mean, Darcy probably a lock, but I'm just not too keen for you to start with him, just given the poor preseason. So tough one. That probably rests on how good English goes, because I do prefer Hewitt over English if we're talking mid-price type of dudes. but I would slightly preference your second one. But that is a tricky one. Cameron, Paddy Dow for M1 shorty and Ken Draper average at 130. You believe he's due for each year. Look, I got carried away last year. Did anyone see in my Ruck video that I had Paddy Dow at like M5, just take a bit of the PI55 out of his? But yeah, look, sometimes I still wake up in a hot sweat thinking about Paddy Dow. That sounded a bit weird, but yeah, Sam Draper, full of optimism. But stay away from my side, Sam. You caused me pain last year, mate. Absolute pain. Jesus. Luca was meant to say which option. Yeah, fair. No, I thought as much, mate. So hopefully my thoughts gave you a little bit of an idea to help you out there. Tyler, I saw you didn't mention Radder as a pre-mate. Nah, just overlooked him, mate. But you are the leader of the Radaglaire fan club, no doubt about it. Jono, I might have 1.6K in the bank at this stage. Nothing wrong with that. As long as you're happy with your team. Whatever flows over in the bank account, it is what it is. Just make sure you're happy with the team. Timmy, how are you, mate? Regarding dilemma of lack of rookies in defence, I've gone deep. Nice. Hewitt D5 and Rowell and Berry as M4, M5 in the midfield. Job security is a must. Yeah, look, I can't blame you. I think there's every reason to be concerned about our lack of rookies down back. So batting deep is totally understandable. Chaz, Shorty, thoughts on Hugh? Close. That was bloody close, mate. Yeah, look, he might lock it down, mate. You just never know. Ah, boy, the menaces are out in full force tonight. There's a bunch of freaks out tonight. One day out from footy, and you boys are getting a little bit loose. Josh, hey Shorty, only started watching your stuff last 3 weeks and love it. Oh, good stuff, mate. No, thanks for jumping on board. Stoked to have you. Like I say, if anyone's been around for 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 years, I really love your support. So thanks for being involved. First time watching the live stream, and bloody oath, it's good. Thoughts on Parrish saving 50K? No, Josh, I hope I catch up with you in a few future live sessions as well. We will go pretty much Tuesdays almost exclusively. I think maybe 8 or 8:30. I know a lot of people have footy training, so maybe 8:30 might be safer. I think Parrish is probably going to average between 108 or 9, worst case scenario, to that 115, 116 mark. So I don't mind him. He isn't a guy that I've started with. If that 50K helps you out a lot elsewhere, then I get where you're coming from. But just make sure you've got probably 2 of the big fellas, McRae, Miller, Steele, and Oliver. That's all I'd say. Don't leave yourself short on those big guns, because I think we got a preference having those. But it all depends where you can spend that other coin, that's for sure. JRB, how about a thumbs up for Shorty and the start of footy for 2022? Yeah, absolutely, mate. How good is it? So keen for it. And getting back to the footy, honestly, there's nothing better than the raw at the MCG. Like 70,000, 90,000, even 60K gets a good raw. Oh, I haven't heard it in that long. There's honestly nothing better. I've missed it so much. I can't wait for it. Jono, can I ring in, Shorty? My phone is working overtime on the hotspot, I must admit. But no, send through your questions, mate. Always welcome on the questions, my friend. Andrew, Caldwell or Berry? I'll go Berry on that one. Like I've said a few times, I'm not too keen on starting either of them myself personally. But if I had to go with one, it would be Berry. Old Dog's got the old Not Shorty Supercoach League as well. I like it. You got to get that name out there, guys. But no, I apologise that I couldn't fit you all in. I wish I could. I really do. But could only do about 6 leagues, so couldn't fit you all in.
Unbelievable, mate.
Yeah, look, I'm just an arsehole, mate. Look,
you're only league for me, don't you?
Look, I can't fit you in, mate. You don't do classic. I've got my mates league waiting there for you.
I'm a draft specialist. So.
Well, specialist is a strong word. How's Nick Blakey going?
Well, if you have Zach Butters, Lockie Neal, Jack McRae, I wouldn't, because now they're going to do their ACLs. So.
Also, someone said, are you into Henty?
Into what?
Henty. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about.
What's a Henty?
No, come on.
I did Japanese in high school. It's hentai.
I'm not very cultured, guys. Not very cultured, sorry. Yeah, maybe. Mate, I'll probably at least 10. Okay. I'll talk to you.
We'll watch him.
Okay, bro. What are you looking at me? Why you got no pants on? What the hell? Put your pants on.
I need to prove to everyone that I do indeed have shorts on.
Whoa, bro! You been lifting, man? You been squatting? Oh, shit, bro. Nothing like a bit of bromance for your Tuesday night. Shit. Bro. Fuck. Oh, he's a funny man. Reese, how are you, mate? Love your work, shorty. Is Brody Paddy Dow 2.0? No, thanks for the kind words, mate. Honestly, there's a chance. Like I've said in a couple of videos, I wish we saw Freo with Fife in there, like that whole midfield brigade. I wish we did. We didn't. Does make me slightly nervous. I'm really warming more to Cherry. And yeah, look, let's see. This will be one where I will be interested to see what the team sheet says. It'll be really interesting. So let's just tune into the press conference, see what we can hear. Craig, hey, Shorty, how are you? I'm good, mate. How are you traveling? Hope you're doing nicely tonight. Any thoughts on Raul, Cherry? Should we have them both or one? I think I'm coming around to the Raul train. I really do. I think I'll look like a bloody tool if I'm not on board and he goes on fire. The more I think about it, the more I think it's just safer to go with him. Cherry is not a must. Let's, again, see if he's named that number one ruck. Could be quite interesting if he is, good indication. And let's see what Nobes has to say, maybe in a press conference, maybe in an interview. Hopefully we get a bit more of a indication. But at the moment, I do like Cherry's prospects, yeah. James says, happy to pass on Jason Horne-Francis and run with Berry in his place. Wow, with Dacos, Ward, Stevens as my rookie mids. I just see Horne-Francis scores being up and down with his time forward. Berry could outscore him only 60k more. Yeah, I mean, you're right. He could play some forward time, but he did kick 4 goals in a sample prelim as well. So I think he knows his way around the forward setup too. So I like your left of field thinking. But yeah, I think he's a bull. He's ready for AFL. I must admit, I'm on board. Jono, yo, Shorty, do you think Dill Stevens is an option for me M9 or probably deep in your midfield? Bench spot. Sorry. Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely. If he's named, I'll be definitely trying to squeeze him into my team. He's former top pick, looked good in the preseason. Definitely keep him on your watch list. Jonas, Oliver or Petrarca as VC, the way they bullied the weak dogs midfield from the centre clearances in the grand final time was a sight to behold. Yeah. A good doco the other day too, wasn't it? Did you see the Every Heartbeat's True documentary? That was good stuff. So I'd personally go Oliver, but look, mate, we know they can both go big. We've seen Oliver go 200. We've seen Petrarca go 160s and stuff, it's the dogs. So Cameron, Shorty, thoughts on 162k rookie down in defense? Yeah, I was worried about it. You put too much mayo on that one, mate. You put too much mayo on it. I was onto you there, Kev. You funny bastard. Give it a like, fellas, says the 9. Thanks, mate. He's one of the regulars, the 9. He's a good commenter. He's always getting stuck into it. So I appreciate the love, fellas. Thank you. Global Sports Card Investor. G'day there, my man. Glad to see you fix the sound issues. So am I, mate, and I'm glad to hear some good feedback on it because, look, I've been loving the live sessions, but the audio's been shit house. Let's be honest. It's been shocking. So I'm glad that we're coming through visually. We're not working out of a potato like I did for many a year, and we got the audio finally going nicely too. So that's great. Thanks for being involved, mate. Bailey, didn't see you at the inn. Where were you? Oh, mate, what time were you there? I reckon I got there about 6. And ducked off to Lammy's about 11:30, I reckon. Yeah, it's DJ I wanted to see was playing at Lammy's, so he was on at like midnight, so it worked out quite nicely. But nah, mate, I'll have to give you a little shout out next time. I was mainly in the back bit, like the outdoor bit, as well as having a bit of a dance at the old dance floor there. Some decent tunes got going, actually. Not too bad. But no, I hope you had a good night, mate. Max, how are you, my friend? When's the subscriber footy match coming, Shorty? Should have like a little goal kicking competition or something. I know I've said that before, but I actually was thinking the other day, maybe like a Sunday morning coming up. I'm guessing Saturday morning wouldn't be that great. Like people's Saturdays are so busy. So, but yeah, I like it, mate. I like it. Cam Green, you think more people will go with Took or Steele for captain as nobody on the Pies or West Coast can stop either guy, whereas McRae and Dunks. Yeah, that's a good point. There's so many guns in that grand final rematch, as you would expect. But no, very good food for thought, mate. There's not too many guys that could stop them against those weaker opponents. That's a good point. James must have some boogie nights action of the bed, mate. Is your booty called Tomahawk or Dr. Duckwood? Yeah, look, interesting night Saturday. Interesting night. Let's leave it at that. Jesus, Nankervis, a lock. No, I don't think so, mate. That body worries me, mate. I think he, played a bit of forward time too. Nah, it's a no thanks for me on Nank. Sunil. Yeah, good. Not a bad little setup, but didn't quite get me. I've only been got once tonight. Xavier, Shorty want to join my league. Mate, I'm full up. I'm sorry, mate. I'm full 10 out of 10 for the past week or so. Spewing. Sorry, mate. Chaz, he's back. What's going on, mate? Global Sports Card Investor. How are you planning on using the trade boost this year? Yeah, look, I don't think I will plan for it. I think you just always naturally have those weeks where you're like, I could do with a third trade, and now we'll be able to use it. I think I'll try to be aggressive, like early in the year. Well, probably not super early. Once the prices start to move, I reckon between like round 6 to 9, I could see myself getting a bit more aggressive with the trade boost. But a time will come when you'll just know. You'll know when you want to use it. Oh, yes, thanks, boys. Let me know. It's all good. Nice. Thanks, fellas. John, what's going on, mate? Can we talk about how James Bambino on Facebook has scammed? Oh, gosh. Okay. Scammed about 6 to 7K on SuperCoach leagues. Cash leagues. Well, that's not good, mate. I do not like that. I don't want to be shaming people that don't deserve to be shamed, but if that is the case, then that is not good. We don't like that. Thanks, Tim. Thank you. Jiffy, got a league for us. Good, mate. Global Sports Card Investor just shared on my Facebook group. Thanks, mate. Legend. I reckon we did. I reckon not too far after we posted, I said that and you would have said that. I reckon we just about did hit the 80. I don't know if I remember seeing it 78 or something. So thanks, mate. You're a legend. Every week I can rely on you. You're a good man. How were the Malibus the other night? Got a bit wild. Yeah, I knocked off a bit of Malibu. I'll tell you, it's always dangerous when Shorty starts drinking in the daylight. Dangerous sort of setup. But no, it was good fun. It's good fun. Made me way to the dance floor and just cut a bit loose. So, it's good fun. Drink responsibly, obviously. The 9. Freo's first few games look good for Brayshaw and Darcy. Thoughts on Fife's midfield talk? Yeah, I'm super excited to see Nat back in the midfield. Doesn't have me quite getting on him for the SuperCoach options, but I'll be excited to see him back in there. Big Brayshaw fan as well. And Darcy, if only he had a better preseason, I'd be lapping him up. But yeah, Fife's had a shocker preseason, hasn't he? Barely been able to string too much together. Got rid of the goatee, but it'll be great to see him back in there. Cam Green, I heard Hinge stubbed his toe last night, out 3 weeks. Oh, mate, look, who knows what's going on with Hingy? Who bloody knows? Aaron, Shorty, mate, you're the best SuperCoach YouTuber. I've been saying it for years. Oh, you're too kind. What a legend. St Kilda side 2009 versus Melbourne side 2021. I appreciate the comments, Aaron. Way too kind, but always appreciate you getting involved. Look, at the moment, I would say St Kilda wins, to be honest. I don't know if that's controversial or not, but I think Melbourne, outstanding team last year, played some of the best finals you'll ever see. But I think St Kilda were beaten by a champion Geelong team and then obviously a really good Collingwood side. So always tough to compare them. I probably think that in a year or two, I would say Melbourne. But right now, right now, honestly, yeah, it's a really good debate. Really good debate. Tough to compare those different eras, isn't it? DMAC, once I win the 50K, I'll make sure chuck you $10 for your help, mate. Nice, mate. I'll let's exchange PayPal details, and I will take that $10. Andrew, come on, Shorty, get up to date with the. Got to support you, mate. I know I shouldn't discriminate. If he's into that, it's fine. It's fine. We accept everything here at Shorty SuperCoach. There is no discrimination. But yeah, Jonas, no Shorty Club is building, no George Club is building. The original leagues, plenty of rip-offs coming through. Yeah, good, mate, good. Josh, he's back. Good stuff. Who's your wooden spooner and surprise team for the year, Shorty? Yeah, look, I hate sort of doing the wooden spooner because I was doing it and I came up with North Melbourne. But I'm actually really optimistic on their young midfield. Yeah, so I would go North. I just think they're still in that rebuild phase. Be a really interesting game on the weekend against Hawthorn. Be really interesting because I think they'll both probably be towards that bottom end. A surprise team. I actually see Carlton. I'm actually believing the hype this year. I do think Carlton will rise up into the 8. And yeah, they'd be my surprise team. But they are pretty hyped at the moment, aren't they, mate? Allegedly, what about Caldwell? No, I just think he's way too deep in the pecking order at the Dons midfield. He'll have his days where he gets that little bit extra time, but I think if you want someone in that range, I would say Berry. But like I've said before, neither are in my team at the moment. So Nielsen, he says, who wins tomorrow? Well, just check out my footy tipping video at 11:30 tomorrow morning, or whenever the hell I scheduled it. But no, I think Melbourne. Can't wait for it, though. It's always tough in the grand final rematch. You always sort of think, oh, the team who lost, they'll be hungry to hit back. But don't know. I just love what the D's are doing, so I've tipped them. Noel, if Shorty says Eagles, we're going to win the flag. We were doubted in 2018. Oh, mate. No, gosh, mate. The Eagles in a world of pain at the moment, aren't they? Goodness me. Jeremy, hey, Shorty, if you see this message, Cats will win the wooden spoon. Yeah, bastard, mate. Look, if Geelong win the wooden spoon, I will go out to the inn in a mankini. There you go. Cut that. Snippet that. Cat's wooden spoon this year. Shorty mankini. There you go. Joe, what's your favourite Britney song? Well, the remix of Love Story by Taylor Swift. It's a fucking banger. I don't even care if you're going to hate on that. It's a fucking banger. And Justin Bieber and Kid Leroy's Stay was pumping the other day. It was good stuff. It was good stuff, Joe. Thanks, man. The 9, how'd 2015 go? Ooh, what happened in 2015? I might have missed something there. I'm guessing it's a premiership reference, but something I probably said before. GRB, Demon staff have been producing excellent docos for a few years now. Very cool to watch. Yeah, that's probably my favourite stuff to watch, is that behind the scenes, a well-done documentary. Really good stuff. Another Joe's in. OnlyFans up and running yet. Haven't quite got it up and running. I've been taking feet pics all weekend, but just haven't quite posted them yet, mate. So we'll see what happens there. Matchbox. Sorry, Shorty, a little bit late. Nah, mate. Good to have you on board. He's just home from training. Yeah, look, I think that'll be a real interesting one. I'd love your thoughts. When are people getting back from footy training? Because I think it makes more sense to go on the Tuesday, like closer to the weekend. People a bit more fresh in their mind, like talking trades and stuff. So I might try to do. But yeah, if you're still on, anybody, just flick through. What's better? Like, do you like 8:30 for a Tuesday? What floats your boat? Daniel, which one of Brodie, Cherry, and McGovern do I need in my team at this point? And let's wait and see where Cherry is named and if we get some indication. But I would say Cherry. Tough one, though. They all have their cases to push. But I think Cherry has the most upside if he can be a genuine ruck for 65% of the time, you know. Bailey, Sunday morning comp sounds elite. Yeah, mate, I like it. Gee, I'll tell you what, we could be a bit dusty pulling up from the inn, though, on Sunday morning. That could be a bit of fun. All right, in the coming weeks, I'll try and get that going. Yep. He's up. Thoughts on Stephen Cornelio, I'm thinking that is. Or the young Adelaide Crow, potentially. Don't know if the young Crow will get a game, but if it's Cornelio, bloke's a lock. So, yeah, interested to see the teams, though. See if we get a couple of youngsters out at Adelaide Footy Club. Surely we do. GRB Aquatics and DPP after round 6. A few popular picks look very likely. Yeah, will be. Pandals, McGrath down back, Rowan Marshall in the forward line. Yeah, it'll be a different look this year. That'll be very interesting. Jiffy, only fans. Don't know. Either way, not so sure. But yeah, you guys crack me up sometimes. You're a bunch of funny bastards. Bailey, 10 out of 10 leagues. Whoa. He's got 10 as well. I know. Mate, most of them are just subscriber leagues. Shorty ain't that popular. But I really wish I could have got involved in a few more of these leagues, but also try and give the love out to the subscribers, get them involved. Cameron, if you had a SuperCoach Brownlow for your tubers, Shorty, who would get 1, 2, and 3, and why is it George for 3 votes? Oh, mate, I can't separate you. I love you all. You know, anyone who's involved. Look, there honestly is a real. I could reel off a whole lot of names that regularly contribute, but I'm too scared that I've missed someone, and I don't want to do that. But I see plenty of the same names. You're one of them, mate, so it's great. But you guys know who you are. You get involved every week. It's great to see some new names flow in there too. So, yeah, no doubt about it. I appreciate everyone's involvement in the channel because, yeah, it's going along really nicely. And, yeah, I've really enjoyed it this preseason. So, yeah, thank you guys. Joey, do you panic if Rowell and Brodie fail after the first round? Nah, you don't panic. You just give them round 2. That's what you do, I reckon. It would be concerning, but always give them 2 rounds. Always give them 2 rounds. Hayden, g'day, mate. Ridley and Rowell or Rich and Berry? I'd strongly say Ridley and Rowell, actually. Definitely. I prefer Ridley over Rich, and I prefer Rowell over Berry. So that one's a pretty simple one for me, actually. Jono's off. Nah, fair, mate. Thanks for tuning in, my friend. I'll catch you again soon. Oh, he's got the early start. Nah, thanks, mate. No, I appreciate your involvement. So I appreciate you chucking through the kind words. Thanks, mate. Riley, should I swap Stewart out of my team in case he doesn't play round 1? As in Tom Stewart? No, he'll be fine. Keep him. He personal issue that he missed the Gold Coast game. I think his partner might have been given birth or something. But keep him in the team, mate. He's a gun. Cam Green, have you ever heard about people who make a team purely just to win one of the bye rounds? What's your opinion as it's technically cheating? I have heard people do that. Yeah, I guess technically it's maybe from a moral standpoint, it's not everyone's cup of tea. I've never done it. But yeah, look, if you just want to do it, you can do it. It's probably a good way to get yourself hone in for $1,000 for 1 week. But yeah, I don't have an issue with people doing it. It's just not something that's ever really appealed to me. Just go the one team for Shorty. But Keno, what rookies to start? Oh, look, it's tough. I think we all know the obvious ones, mate. And down back like Hinge, DeConning, McCartan, maybe Gibcus, have a little bit of sass. Is it Joel Smith? Let's debate that. And then Baldwin in the forward line is another one that trying to give you some ones that aren't super obvious. Don't think Cooper Stevens will play for the Cats, but maybe Dill Stevens will for the Swans. Connor McDonald, will he get named? So hopefully there are a few guys to get your mind rolling, but we'll know in a couple of days. Wait for those teams and it'll be so much easier to answer. Frag, Shorty and a Mankini. Let it be known that this isn't a first for Shorty at the end. Yeah, did that one day. Got kicked out. Tough gig. Cameron, Shorty, can you schedule your next video for Saturday night and make sure it's a hair tutorial so I get some luck with the ladies? Thanks in advance. Oh, you're funny, man, mate. Yeah, look, I'll tell you what, I don't know if I'm the guy to give tutorials about the ladies. It's a tough world out there. Oh, Tinder's it's a tricky beast. Old Tinder. More of a Hinge man these days, Looking for love. You know how it be. Oh, boy. Yes. Welcome to Shorty's hair tutorial. 5 steps to find love. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. SDS SuperCoach. How's your swimming going, Short? Yeah, look, I'm going for a swim tomorrow, actually. Me and my sister, who are doing the swim. If you want to get involved in the old laps for life, I'll see if I can, if anyone's got $5, it's going to a great cause. I mean this quite seriously, actually. Youth mental health is a really massive thing for me. I think, a lot of you guys will be young blokes out there. And I did a presentation on men's mental health the other day at my course. So, if you've got $5, it actually be, I'd be stoked if anyone wanted to just chip in anything. It goes to an amazing cause. Me, my sister, and a few other friends are swimming laps for it. So I did 32 laps the other day, and that was a 25-meter pool. I'm not Grant Hackett, but not too bad, mate. Not too bad. GRB, Eagles 102K, Ford Ruck. Hugh Dixon appears so far down the list at West Coast that he is wearing a Freo Doggers jersey in the AFL Fantasy Profile pic. Risky, yeah, that's right, because he sort of, did he come late to the party potentially? But I think with Darling looking like he misses a month. Put your pants on, you freak. Now you're caught out. Now you don't know what to do, do you? You're not sure what to do. Just my good friend Jack here, the Brisbane Lions supporter. What was I saying? No, I think Dix is probably a good chance for first month. I'm not sure how Jack Williams kind of fits into the picture. I think that's his name. But yeah, watch this space. We'll know more on Thursday. Global sports card investor. I heard that Nick Dacos is out due to family issues. No, his brother went down. Got some funny guys around here, Jack. Some funny fellas. If Geelong finish wooden spoon, I'll wear a mankini to the end. That's a fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have a look at Claire Taurus?
They got me with a hairy cock before. Yeah, got me. Otherwise, I'd sidestep those ones. I was like, Harry Cox. I think I said Harry, but yeah. So, yeah. Stitch up. His brother went on a jealousy rampage because of some daddy issues. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's some dark stuff from the old sports investor. That's good, mate. You had me worried there for a sec. Jesus. The Nines, some pricks dug up our footy oval and took a goalpost each. End of pracky match. What the hell? Who did he play footy for, mate? That's bizarre. Matchbox, Dacos for defensive keeper. I wouldn't see him being a keeper, but I think he'll be one of the best rookies that we'll have for the whole year. Jonas, DR, Shorty, George, in order. Plenty of other good use. Oh, in order. Nice. I'll take a top 2, mate. I'll take that. Actually looking to do a bit of a collab with DR. So, yeah, if you guys... I reached out to him the other day, just sort of... I heard back from him, but sort of been very busy. So, if you want to comment on his videos, let me know. Shorty's waiting, DR. Hit me up. I'm ready. I'll hit him up again soon, I reckon. He's a good channel. Jono, Tuesday, Thursday sessions, I reckon, when there is Friday games start the round. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I think I wouldn't mind Tuesday being the live session day, but Jonas, Shorty, who is your biggest risk versus reward this year? I'm going with Wits at R2. Wow. Big set of cojones on that. That's good stuff. My biggest risk versus reward, probably going to be Patrick Cripps. I'm still back and forth on it, but I honestly think he could be back in town, averaging 115, or he could just be real meat in the middle, 104, 105, and just be awkward. So, yeah, but that's probably it for me. And we might wind this up in sort of 5-10 minutes because I'm just about through these questions. So thanks very much. If you got one last one, but we might sort of sign off around 10 o'clock. So, yeah, Global Sports Card Investor, my mate is walking from Ballarat to Adelaide for men's mental health. That is awesome. Well, yeah, if you want to chuck a link in one of my videos, I presume he's raising money or just getting fit, either way. But yeah, feel free to comment a little link, and I'll try and chuck some coin his way, mate, because that's a good cause. Georgios, Shorty, thoughts on Benny Keys? I think he's a very solid player, very consistent, but not for me for SuperCoach. he's just sort of in that no man's land where he's not quite big time primo, not quite value. Alexander Joseph McGregor reckons Mark Pitney is a great ruckman to have in your SuperCoach team. What is your thoughts on this? And do you think Joey is set for a huge season? I'm not sure on Pitnet, but I do think Joey could be in for a big season. He's a fair weapon. Have you seen the quads on him? Yes, he's a bit of a legend. So I would probably put Joey at centre half forward and just get a few clunks going. Can't play cricket though. Have you seen the bloke play cricket? It's embarrassing. But no, word has it that Joey does trains chest and arms almost exclusively. So Josh, thoughts on Luke Ryan D2 with Crisp D1, Short D3, Hewitt D4? Yeah, don't mind that, mate. Like I said, there's people going Hewitt D5 and D4, so I like the point of difference. It might have been you who mentioned it before. I do think Jake Lloyd's a really good option too, but, I think you're well covered down there. Benny Butcher, I forgot you might be doing a Tuesday night. Sorry, I was thinking about you before, mate, actually. I read some other Ben out, and I was like, I wonder where the Butcher is. Nah, don't worry, mate. You'll be back soon enough. We'll chat soon. Cameron Shorty, mate, you can't not pick Cripper. Just think of the joy you'll get seeing the great man getting 110, 115 and being in your team all year. So you can't not pick Cripper. Yeah, okay, all right. You've talked me into it, mate. I might have to. Frag still waiting on young Shorty to be Melbourne bound. We will be caught out on the hunt for 2s and 3s after a long Oh, mate, I'm in Melbourne later this week. Not a word of a lie, so look out. Chris, do you think Mark O'Connor is worth a pick? He will be play inside mid 100%. Nah, surely not, mate. I'm a Cats man. I think he's more of your lockdown defender. You might know something I don't, my friend, but yeah, not for me, not for me. Amusement Productions, great chat once again tonight with Daniela. Last one is Cheryl Wellingham. That is one funny video, but nah, thanks for the chat, mate. Always appreciate your involvement. I think we're going to sign it off after this one, guys. So I appreciate all your comments once again. A big 2-hour sesh. Got to love that. And Hayden, I'm going Lloyd, Stewart, Chris, Ridley, Short, Whitfield in the back line. Holy moly, he's gone bang. Means Neil is M2, but I feel there is a lot of reliable rookies in midfield and a lot. Yeah, I mean, you're going real hard down back, but if you feel like you got the coverage in the midfield, then credit to you, because a lot of our rookies can genuinely score well, I think, and we can't really say that down back. So, yeah. And Global Sports Card, thank you, mate. Yeah, smash that like. You're a good man. That dank fish. That's, yeah, they call me that, mate. They call me that. What's going on? I've got a real juicy team this year running 4-3-2-2. Wow, mate. Lloyd, Crisp, Short, Whitfield, McCartan up the back. Look out. The dank fish. You're a funny man. Harry, I reckon Joseph McGregor is a great prospect. Could pick up in the fourth line. Yeah, fair call, mate. Just let me know how those gym numbers are going. I hear he goes down to the gym in the morning these days and just hates when people try and spot him. So that's just what I hear. But might have to get him into the Shorty gym some stage. Thanks, mate. The 9, love your work, Shorty. Going to smash his though. Yeah. And just finally, Jack Pappas, thoughts on Caleb Daniel? Solid, not super keen to start him. I think he's just maybe a rung below your absolute big dog primo guys. Shares it a bit with Dale now. That's probably the only thing. Happy to not start with him. Does represent a touch of value, but just not my cup of tea. And Chris, you're not going to get, it's an oldie, but a goodie. You're not going to get that one past me tonight. But I'm going to sign off, guys. We're just about ticking to the 2-hour mark. So thanks heaps. We've been over 50 and 60 for like most of the night, which is awesome. I reckon we peaked at about 80, which is PB for the year. So I'll be back. I think Tuesdays might be our go. I'll play around with the time. Maybe it's 8:30. People got footy training, but hopefully you can lock this one into your diaries and know that I'll be on the Tuesday more often than not. So thanks very much. I think wait on the teams there, Nick. I think wait on the teams. I like Nash. I like Dixon. I think Martin might be touch and go. But again, they'll be a team one, I think. Thanks, Harry. You too, mate. Jonas, you're a funny man. I appreciate the piss take. That's what it's about. Bit of banter, bit of fun, bit of serious chat from time to time. Enjoy, guys. Get around the footy. Watch as many games as you can. Get to the footy if you can. It's awesome to be back. I'll be doing that Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys.